Hello and welcome to our second episode of Integration Modernization Accelerators. So today I am happy that our colleague Renato Martins joined as guest in our second episode, and I'm happy to give you the word, Renato. Please introduce yourself to our audience. Welcome to our second episode.
Hello, thank you. Glad to be here. So my name is Renato Martins. I'm from SAP. I work as an integration consultant, and I also have been collaborating in a couple of migration projects for SAP, and that's where we came up to the need with these message transformation utilities package.
Okay, sounds like a familiar topic in the first episode. What is exactly your use case or accelerator today? Give us a small teaser, please.
Yeah. So today we will be covering the IDOCFlatConverter. So similar as what exists in PIPO, there are two adapter modules that can convert an IDOC from flat format to XML, and then also from XML to flat format. While there are two of them in PIPO, we converted it to one Groovy script for Integration Suite. And basically, the need came from the migration projects because as it was used for some of the customers, and currently it is not covered in Integration Suite by the standard, we developed this new module.
Great, sounds very good. I would say then we can start. The stage is yours. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So as I mentioned, we'll be talking about the IDOCFlatConverter. And in this session, I will cover small details about the current model in PIPO. Then we will go through the expected inputs and outputs payloads, and also check the transformation community package available. And then in Integration Suite, we will build the new integration flow where we can execute this conversion. And then we will deploy it and validate the results. So in PIPO, here in this communication channel, we have the IDOCFlat to XML converter. And here we can see the inputs that it takes. We have the SAP release to select which version of IDOC. And also here you can see the destination, that is the S4N destination that is executed to fetch the IDOC metadata that then is used to execute the conversion. So what are the expected inputs and outputs? So here on the left, we have the IDOC in flat format. And then on the right, we have the same IDOC, but now in XML format. And this will be the transformation that will be executing from flat to XML. Now, in the Business Accelerator Hub, we have the message transform utilities package. And in here, in point 3, we have the IDOCFlatConverter. This is offered not only by a Groovy script, but also a pre-built integration flow to support executing the transformation. So in Integration Suite, this is the community package. In here, we have our IDOCFlatConverter. So the idea is this iFlow to be used directly, meaning that it will be triggered by a process direct, so by another integration flow, where we expect some headers to support the transformation. So we are reading the headers and storing them as properties. Some of the headers are remove empty nodes. This is the case when you are converting to XML. If we want to remove the empty nodes from the final output. Trim fields is if we want to trim the spaces in the node values. Then we have the renumber segments in the flat converter. Now let me jump again to the flat file. So here the values of the nodes represent the parent and the node number of each node. And when we set that value to false, that means that the script will follow these numbers blindly. So it will assign the parent as it is in the payload. If we set the value to true, the script will ignore those fields and will calculate everything in runtime.
So one question, so this is like the parameter how this logic or converter should should we control the behavior, so like your parameter, what you want and what you don't want. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So all these I mentioned, they are optional parameters. They are not always required, but if the user can force the behavior by using them. Then we also have the conversion type, because as I mentioned before, in SAP PIPO, there are two adapter models, one to convert from flat to XML and another from XML to flat. But in here, as we are using only one script to do both conversions, here we have a conversion type. Basically, you set it as flat to XML or XML to flat to indicate which conversion we are executing. Then we have the destination. This is the destination to connect to a S4HANA system to fetch via RFC the IDOC metadata that is then used to support the conversion.
Sorry,
also
one question.
SAP,
Did you fetch then every time? So the structure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, as we can see here in the Airflow, in this part, in the get IDOC metadata, the first time we will always fetch the metadata using the RFC, but after we fetch the metadata, we store it in data store. Yeah. Then at the second run, if you are converting the same IDOC using the same version, we can fetch the metadata from the data store.
Understand. Yeah.
And the idea is to reduce the amount of calls are done to S4HANA. And of course, after if for some reason you want to force the system to fetch again the metadata, you can go to the data store, delete the entry, and in the next run, it will fetch the metadata again.
Understand. Thanks.
Yeah. And this basically here we have the three inputs for the RFC. So the IDOC type and SIM type are fetched directly from the IDOC payload, while the release and the app release are fetched from the headers that are inserted in the flow. Yeah, so this is basically the process. Get the metadata and then apply the conversion and outputs the result. So of course, now we want to know how to use this. So of course, after we copy the message transform utilities to your tenant, you need to deploy this flow so that you can use it. Here we have a start of the iFlow that was migrated from PO. Now we will be executing the changes so that we can apply the conversion. So the input here will be using Bruno to send the flat IDOC to the iFlow and then do the conversion. But first, of course, we need to set some headers that we want to send. So we need a content modifier, and also we need a request reply.
So this is your invoking systems or simulation. Okay, calling this flat converter. Okay.
Yes. Okay, let me just refresh the page. Okay, so let's go back to it. So content modifier, request reply. So this request reply, as I mentioned, will be triggering a process direct to the other iFlow. And here I'll just copy the value that is already set, which is IDOCFlatConvertor convert. So in here we have the set headers, and yeah. So basically the headers that I mentioned before, app release, yeah, it's optional, so we actually will be leaving it blank. Then we have the SAP release. In here we'll be using the version 758. Then we have the destination. So this is the destination that connects to S4HANA to execute the RFC call to fetch the IDOC metadata. Then we have the IDOC, the conversion type. And as I mentioned, we are converting from flat to XML. And then we have the remove empty nodes. The default value is true. Now we can set it to false. And we have the IDOC trim fields. You can set it to true, and the default value is false. And we have the renumber segments. Default value is false, and yeah, we can just set it to false. Okay, so these are the headers that are required. And again, of course, the optional ones, they don't need to be created. We are just creating them for them to be shown here. Save and deploy. So while we are waiting for the deployment, I will go here. So this is the data store. The data store is always created using the destination that is inserted. This, of course, is also in systems that are connected to multiple S4N systems, so that we can differentiate and separate the documents from each system. And then the IDOC key used is always the IDOC type or the SIM type, and also the inputs that are used. So in case that we are using the application release or the SAP release, it will always be added here. If the fields are not used or are not inserted, the release would not be added here. And another point is that, okay, just refreshing. So as I mentioned, we need the destination to connect to the S4HANA. Here we have the destination created. Of course, this destination, as we are calling an on-premise system, we need the cloud connector that was previously configured, and the RFC function also needs to be whitelisted for the connection to happen. So as we now should have our iFlow deployed, I'm going to the monitor. I'm going to set it to trace. And message processing. And now I'm opening my Bruno. And of course, here, we have the flat IDOC. We'll be executing it. Of course, in the executions where the metadata needs to be fetched, so the RFC call is made, it takes a bit longer for the conversion to execute, but for the other runs, it would be faster. Okay. Now here we have our connection. You can jump to trace. Message content. So you can see that in the beginning we had the flat file inserted as our input, and in the end, after the process direct, we have our IDOC that was converted to the XML format. Yeah, and if we jump again to our destination page, if I refresh it, now we have two entries, because if you notice, the subtleries that I inserted was the 758, the 730 already existed. So this is to show that you can use different versions depending, yeah, of course, on your use case, and different entries will be created here. And in the future, if you for some reason wanted to force the metadata to be fetched again, and you don't want to wait for the entry to expire, you can just select it, delete, and in the next run, it would fetch again the input. Of course, here I deleted the data store, but I could only have deleted one of the entries. And yeah, basically the result is what I showed in the beginning, that we start with a flat IDOC, and our output will be XML IDOC. Yeah, and this is what I wanted to share with you and to demonstrate. I think these are the steps, all the steps that are required if you want to implement this use case in your tenants. And yeah, thank you for the invite for this session.
I also learned it a lot. Never used it before. So great to see a practical example. Thanks a lot for the presentation. Thanks a lot for your time, Renato, and I hope we see us again. I think there's a not lot of other topics that we can cover with you. And have a nice day. So thank you all.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Bye.